After a split on the road, the Suns are back home. It's a date with the evil empire. Suns and Spurs, who have such a deep and dark history. It's coming your way on Fox Sports Arizona. Hi everyone, Tom Leander along with the man who put the J in jump shot, EJ, Eddie Johnson. Let's start with Markieff Morris. It appeared a couple weeks ago that Keefe had hit the rookie wall, but right now it appears he's busted right through it.
Well, look, it takes time, and rookies are going to go up and down like a roller coaster, and he has been on that ride. But the one thing I've always liked about him, he keeps a serious demeanor, and he comes ready to play. And now he is in rhythm. And I thought he sat on the bench and he watched Marcin Gortat get off early in the paint. He stepped on the floor and really took over where Marcin left off. I thought it got him in a tremendous groove, and he knocked down threes as well. A tremendous effort for him. Hopefully it will continue here tonight against a big team.
And inspired by his Jayhawks making it to New Orleans in the Final Four. As for the San Antonio Spurs, nothing has really changed. They just continue to win ball games. Led this season by Tony Parker. My question to you is there such thing as an underrated NBA All-Star?
Yeah, because this guy, really, I think he's been unappreciated throughout his whole career. I've always listed him up there in terms of being one of the top 4 or 5 guards in the league. And because of his ability to score in the paint. I mean, for a number of years, he has led the league in scoring in the paint, and he's one of the smallest guys on the court. I think he has put up MVP numbers this year for a consistent basketball club. And no doubt about it, he is the leader of this basketball team. He's taking over from Tim Duncan.
And ecstatic to welcome Boris Diaw, his French buddy, into the fold for the San Antonio Spurs. We'll take our first time out here from U.S. Airways Center. TC and K-Ray are next, talking about the Suns' reliable bench and Mr. Brown, Shannon Brown, who will actually start tonight for the Suns because of the absence of Grant Hill, who is down with a knee injury.
To make their way in here to the U.S. Airways Center in preparation for the Suns and the Spurs. Second of 4 meetings, so the Suns will face these guys 2 more times before it's all said and done. You don't need to be reminded of the impact of tonight's game and all these Western Conference games because that's all they face. Now, as you joined us maybe late, no Grant Hill tonight. That means Shannon Brown goes back into the starting lineup, TC. And if his last start, or if this start is anything like his last one, Suns fans can feel pretty good. He had 21 in that start last week when Steven Grant sat against the Clippers.
Right, and I mean, in his last game in Cleveland, you look at what he did there, 7 of 12, revealed 16 points. I mean, you have to look very hard and long to find somebody more explosive than Shannon Brown going to the basket and dunking and electrifying the crowd. So hopefully the home fans here will be able to catch a little bit of that. In fact, maybe a lot of that. He had 24 minutes in Cleveland off the bench. He hoped tonight as a starter he registered that many minutes because he's a guy who can do some damage to this Spurs team.
Tonight will be his 3rd start. Of course, both these teams have very solid benches. The bench is looking a little different tonight as a result of Brown getting the start. No Steven Jackson for the San Antonio Spurs. Oh, it's always fun and, need we say, entertaining when the Suns and Spurs together. That's coming your way next here on Fox Sports Arizona. We'll see you again at the half.
Another spectacular spring day in the desert and another showdown with the dreaded men in silver and black. Starting lineups are sponsored by Mid-First Bank, home of Phoenix Suns check card. Grant Hill out tonight, sat out most of the second half in Cleveland with knee irritation. So Shannon Brown slides in as the shooting guard. Jared Dudley, the small forward. Marcin Gortat needs to be and has been involved early offensively for the Suns, and head coach Alvin Gentry. And he has to be on the short list for NBA Coach of the Month. And now why not? How about Coach of the Year consideration for Alvin Gentry? This has been a fantastic turnaround. I guess we'll just see how far it goes. Starters for the Spurs. Tim Duncan's numbers are down, but he did a number on the Suns back in January, scoring 24 against Phoenix. Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green, good young additions. And DeJuan Blair has been averaging 21 points over the last 2 games for Greg Popovich, who's always so adept at preserving his veterans while still able to rack up all the wins. He sat Ginobili and Duncan and Parker while they were winning 3 in 3 nights. And right now, the Spurs, the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Eddie Johnson, are they for real come playoff?